Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be a perfume talk video. We are just going to be chatting about all things fragrances. Today's video is more on a whim. I was going to be talking about Forever Mood by Jackie Aina, some Stephanie Leda, she's another influencer, fragrances, and then some collaborations with other perfume influencers and Navitus Perfumes. Now, I am not doing that video because Stephanie's fragrances and the collaborations that I've picked up, they're more fragrances that I personally would wear in fall and winter, and I have just moved past that season, and I try to revisit these. I have notes from when I was trying them before, and the video was just coming off, I don't want to say negative, but just I wasn't as excited to be talking about them. Also, a lot of the Navitus fragrances didn't work out for me because I'm not a gourmand girly. So what I decided to do was just kind of go over these at the end really quickly, let you guys know which three did work out for me, but I still, again, they're not my kind of fragrance, or I have something like it. And then because I got most of these in 10 mils, I decanted the rest of them, and I'm going to be giving away 5 mils of 6 of these to one person. So one person will receive all 6 of these. I'll talk about that at the end. What I am going to be doing is going over Forever Mood because this is new, this is what's out right now. I'm going to go over these. I'm going to also talk about a perfume that my brother got me when he went on his trip to Japan, and then I'm going to be talking about more new releases that I'm super excited about. So kind of a chatty, relaxed video. So go ahead and grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so first up, we are going to be going over Forever Mood, and I did get 2 of these. I am gonna let this discovery set sit. I feel like sometimes you just gotta let fragrances sit to really appreciate them, and I know some people don't like that, but it is what it is. And I do find that sometimes I enjoy fragrances after they sat for some time. And when it came to Jackie's fragrances, I felt like a lot of them needed to kind of mingle and get more intense because I enjoyed the opening, but I felt like a lot of the top and the mid were gone after just a few hours. So I kind of want to let them just marinate, macerate, and then revisit them at a later time. But I did go through this one, and I thought this discovery set was really nice. Comes in this nice box, and then you get the 4 fragrances in 3 mils. The first one up is I Am Her. This is considered a warm and sweet gourmand, and this is one that I really want to see how it smells after like maybe a month. Yeah, this reminds me of something, and I can't put my finger on it, that I've worn before. I saw people comparing it to La Vie est Belle, and this does fall in that kind of fruity gourmand category, kind of sexy. It has, you know, the base notes that are grounding it from becoming too gourmand. In this case, there is oud in this one. I don't really get oud, but I do get a woodiness. There is also something kind of earthy, even though they don't list patchouli or moss. There's something earthy about this fragrance, but you do get the fruity top. This fragrance has red velvet, pear, and raspberry. And then again, a note that I see here on the Sephora site is oud. It's considered warm, spicy, and I think this is sexy and sensual. This does remind me of something that I used to wear back in the day, but I can't put my finger on it because it is something from my past. Like when I used to go to the club in like my late 20s, early 30s. This smells a lot like something that I've worn before. I do enjoy this scent, but I will say that that kind of burst of fruitiness at the top, and it's not super fruity like Juvenile. It's more of a sexy fruit with the other notes mingling in. It's a little bit darker. I will say that those notes kind of leave fast, and then I'm left with more of a kind of warm, spicy, woody fragrance. So I do want to let this one sit and revisit it at a later time, but I Am Her is really nice. All right, then next we have Hard to Get. This is in a yellow bottle. This one's really nice. This one, yeah. When I saw this one, I immediately thought of, without smelling this one, when I saw that this was going to be released, I immediately thought of fragrances like Acrobake and Lyra, like that kind of lemon cake gourmand. But this one's a little bit more vanilla and not as gourmand. This is a nice balance. This is one that I might consider getting a travel of. Yeah, this one has notes of lemon, jasmine, and vanilla frosting. You guys know I love citrus freshies, but what's nice about this one is the vanilla note that's in here is keeping this from being too sharp, because sometimes citrus fragrances are a little sharp. This one's blended really nicely, but again, like I Am Her, all of these beautiful top notes that kind of capture me, I don't notice them after the 2-hour mark. And I feel like I have to top off because I'm left with more of the base notes. This one's a little bit easier with the base notes because they don't have like the wood or again, whatever it is in I Am Her that's coming off earthy. So this one's nice in the base. It's more of a sheer vanilla, but I do wish that that kind of lemony top lasted a little bit longer. This one was probably my favorite and one that I would consider getting a travel of. So again, that is hard to get. Next we have You Remind Me. I go back and forth between You Remind Me and I Am Her for the second place spot. This one I like because it's like clean but warm, like a warm hug, and I think she did describe it that way. So this is considered a fresh floral. This has keynotes of apricot skin, orange blossom, and sensual musk. The description is cocoon yourself in this intimate blend of soft apricot skin, orange flower, and sensual musk that are as comforting as a warm embrace from your lover. I feel like now it's getting more musky, more clean, but it's a warm, clean scent. I think this is in the number 2 spot. Might be number 1. This is why you gotta let fragrances sit. Hard to get, and You Remind Me. When you think of citrus and when you think of clean, they can have like sharp edges to them, and these are blended nicely. This one is You Remind Me, and it's in the white bottle. Then last we have NDA. This is probably my least favorite, but still a fragrance that was easy to wear. I was able to wear this one at work, take a shower, and I wore it to bed to see how it smelled. I was a little nervous about the tobacco flower, but it's a very easy tobacco flower. This one's interesting to me. This one's probably the most niche out of the line. So this one is considered a warm floral. Lock the door and sink into this warm sensual fragrance with bold notes of spice rum, tobacco flower, vanilla bean for a scent so seductive it's impossible to keep a secret. I guess that's why it's called NDA, non-disclosure agreement. This one, to me, I find I Am Her to be the sexiest of the line, but I think this one's supposed to be the sexiest. This to me can almost be unisex, leaning a little feminine. It's got a little smoke to it, but the tobacco flower, it isn't off-putting because sometimes smoky notes can be a little too much. And it is warm, spicy, but this one I would say was my least favorite. I'm actually going back and forth between Hard to Get and You Remind Me as being my top, followed by I Am Her, and then NDA. All of these were easy fragrances. Nothing I'll be getting the 50 ml bottles of. I'm not crazy about the bottles. They remind me of the Givenchy, the ones that are a little bit taller. Those bottles, because of the length, I don't know, they look a little sexier. These, I don't know, they look slightly cheap, I'm not gonna lie. But I feel like this is the theme right now, like this kind of crystal mood boosting fragrances, kind of like Charlotte Tilbury's coming out with her own, and I believe it's Bella Hadid. I know it's one of the Hadid sisters, kind of a theme that seems to be going around. So next we have a fragrance that my brother got me from Japan. It was like this niche store that he visited, so a lot of the fragrances you could definitely find here, but he wanted to pick up a fragrance from over there. He did get me this little doll. This I saw in Urban Outfitters, this Maison Matine. Here's the back just so you can see. I thought that was kind of cool. Even though you can get it here, I think it's cool that it came from Japan. So this is called Arashi Noi, I believe. And as soon as I sprayed this, I'm like, this smells like Chanel Chance Eau Tendre. And when I went on Fragrantica, yep, that is a fragrance that came up. But I just think that this is super cute, the artwork that's on here. And I am going to be picking up the Discovery set and maybe adding another bottle or two if I enjoy the house. So happy that I got this one. Okay, then next we're gonna get into some new fragrance releases that I'm excited about. So I did post a video last week of new fragrance releases, and then right after 3 more came out. Now 3, with 2 of them having 3 in the line. So we're going to be talking about 7 really quickly. So first up, we're going to go over Leda, which I was going to go over Leda in this video, but again, these fragrances are just fragrances that I prefer more in winter. But she is coming out with a summer fragrance, 14 Isla Coco, and this one I'm super excited to try. I'm probably gonna get another travel. This is going to have top notes of juicy lemon, calamansi, sweet mandarin, mid notes of ylang ylang, fig leaves, and jasmine sambac, and base notes of cedarwood, coconut milk, and black tea. So this is going to come in the same beautiful bottle. I love the packaging of her bottles. I think they look very luxurious and expensive, and this is going to be her summer fragrance. So I am excited about this one. I am planning on picking up a travel. All right, then next we have 3 new limited edition summer fragrances from Sol de Janeiro, and I'm definitely going to be getting these. I really enjoy getting the Sol de Janeiro fragrances. I haven't found one that I dislike, but we have in this hot pink bottle Summer y Amor, and this one has notes of orange flower, creamy almond, and sun-kissed woods. Then we have Carioca Crush. This is one that I did feature in the beginning of the year. This is in that gorgeous red bottle. This has notes of juicy pear, pink violet, and white cedarwood. And then we have in this kind of bright neon yellow, we have BIJOU de Sol, and this has peach skin, coconut milk, and frangipani petals. So I'm probably just gonna pick up the set, and I am really excited for the Bella Hadid or Bella fragrances. I would say out of the kind of crystal-like sets that I've seen, I think these bottles are gorgeous. It's supposed to be a nourishing fragrance mist, so not anything that you're gonna wanna get on your clothes. So this is launching, it says here May 2nd, but when I went on the Ulta site, I believe it said May 10th. But there's 3 fragrances in the line. We have Window to Soul, and this is going to have top notes of lemon, geranium, and mint, middle notes of jasmine and damask rose, and base notes of tonka bean. Then we have Blooming Fire. This has top notes of bergamot, cedarwood, clove leaf, cardamom, middle notes of Tahitian manoi and jasmine, and base notes of patchouli. Then we have Salted Muse. This is going to have top notes of sea salt, pink pepper, CO2 extract, middle notes of olive tree accord, fig, lavender, and base notes of cedarwood, sandalwood, and amber. So excited about those releases. Then last we have the fragrances that I tried from Navitus Perfumes. We have Venom of Love with Paulina Shar. We have Chocolate Queen and Baklava Royale. This is in collaboration with Gabby from Gabby Loves Perfumes. And then we have Ambrosia Imperial and Amoris Intense. This is in collaboration with AI the Great. And then we have Mahani Kosonad. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, but that is in collaboration with Sharita. So congratulations to all these ladies on their collaborations. Again, these weren't my kind of fragrances, but the ones that did work out for me were Baklava, Mahani Kosonad, and Venom of Love. This was probably my favorite, but this did remind me of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, probably the most similar, and then also Kayali's Love Fest Burning Cherry. This one just had a nice kind of chocolate note, which was very soft in the opening and not too overpowering. So I did find this one to be a great fragrance if you don't have any of those fragrances that I mentioned. This would fall in that same scent family. I did find this to be very close to Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, just with that added chocolate note. It was cherry, boozy. It did remind me a lot of that fragrance. Great performance. I will say the chocolate kind of disappears, so I did layer it at one time with Chocolate Queen to kind of make it last. So Chocolate Queen, I would say I enjoyed more for layering. This one is like a, I don't want to say a milk chocolate. It almost came off, I don't know what it is in here or on my skin that's making this chocolate come off slightly minty, but it is nice to layer with, but it's a little too decadent for me. There's like dulce de leche, there's vanilla, and it's blended very well. I wouldn't have been able to pick up dulce de leche, but it is a little bit of a decadent kind of fragrance. And Baklava is also a little too decadent, but I did enjoy it. Saw people comparing it to Cherosa 62. I could see that, but also it reminded me of almost like a flanker to Girl of Now. just a little bit more gourmand. This one I did enjoy in the winter time. As you could tell, it's gone. I pretty much used the 5 mils, half of this, and I was able to decant the rest. This one actually surprised me. This one I thought was going to be more like Kayali's Vanilla 28. I actually get more burnt sugar in this one than I do in the Kayali. I thought this was going to be more of a simple or basic vanilla because that's what I kept seeing people review, but this had quite a bit of smoke to it. This was a sexy vanilla in my opinion, but a vanilla that I can only wear in winter because of that smoke. I did get something kind of like a burnt sugar that's in this one, but I did like it, again, more so for winter. And I have a little bit left that I can play with it because I do want it to sit and see how it plays when the vanilla gets stronger. And then for Amorous Intense and Ambrosia Imperial, these weren't as gourmand. For me, it was something in each of the fragrances that put me off. So I really enjoyed the opening of Ambrosia Imperial. I really got the banana and I got the mandarin a lot. It was very juicy, very fruity in the opening, beautiful. This was one that I was like, oh, this one's gonna be a hit. But for me, it was in the dry down. I believe this one has dates. Yes, this one has amberwood and dates, and I think those are the notes that just turn this from being kind of fruity and grown up to being, it got busy. This one got busy. This one has banana, rum, davana, orange, cinnamon, amberwood, dates. I do believe that it was the dates and the amberwood and the dry down that kind of, I couldn't get on board with this one. This one would have been, this is another one that I enjoyed the opening. I felt like this was going to be a hit for me because most people said that it was too fresh for them, and some people were saying that it was like musky and sour Jolly Rancher, and I would have to agree. I got a very sour green apple scent in the opening, very candy-like, like a Jolly Rancher. It was musky, but for me, there was something that was starting to get sweet and take away from the musky kind of freshness that I enjoyed in this one. So I was looking at the notes, and I don't know what it is that was clashing. I don't know if it was the sugar cane with the caramel and the cinnamon, but this one got a little busy as well. So these were two that I enjoyed parts of the fragrances, but then there was something that was throwing it off for me. So that will lead me into my giveaway. So I was able to decant 5 mils of all of these. So if you are interested in trying some of these fragrances, just like this video, subscribe to this channel, and let me know that you are interested in the giveaway. I will also have all the rules in my description box. As of right now, I'm only shipping to the US. I do plan on doing another international giveaway where if you win, I will send you a gift card. That's coming when I hit 20,000 subscribers. But for now, this is only to the US because I can't ship fragrance outside the US. So if you are interested, I will leave the rules in the description box, and I will be picking a winner in 2 weeks. Sorry if my camera is out of whack. I literally took down everything, and then this came in the mail. This is Kayali's Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar 42. I've had it on my skin for over 30 minutes. I wanted to hop back on here, give you what I initially got, and now give you what I'm getting. This is still a fragrance I'm probably gonna pick up if I'm not sent the bottle. I haven't received anything yet. It could change. I'm gonna keep you guys posted. I am gonna be doing a are they full bottle worthy video next, so I'm gonna follow this up. So when I first sprayed this, I had said, oh, I get the candied pear. This is a candy fruity vanilla, and it reminded me of something, the initial spray. And I was feeling like maybe Ariana Grande Sweet, the pink bottle. But then as this settled, it started to get a little bit warm, spicy. And I couldn't put my finger on it. So I went to Fragrantica, and the perfume that's #1 is La Belle. But to me, this is more La Belle Parfum, the flanker, but not as grown up. Where I said La Belle was the younger sister, this is the even younger sister. But this does give me La Belle vibes, and I love La Belle. La Belle has a freshness that this one doesn't have. But I like that this smells like the Le Parfum version and not as sweet. That one got too stickingly sweet to my nose. They are different, but this does smell. I can see why everyone's comparing it. And I did see further down the line that somebody else got Ariana Grande Sweet. So I would say that this opens up like Ariana Grande Sweet. It's very candy, very bubblegummy, sweet vanilla, and then as it dries down, it starts to get a little warm spicy. So I wouldn't say that this is juvenile, but this is youthful and fun, but with a warm spicy kick in the dry down. But I do enjoy this one. This one's really pretty. So the notes on this one, just so you have them, are candied pear, sweet violet, bubblegum, white caramel, rock sugar, and vanilla cream. So I think this is going to be one that I'm going to enjoy. I also think this one's going to layer very nicely with other fragrances. I will follow this up next week. That is my video of fragrances I've tried and new fragrances that I'm excited about. Let me know in the comments below, what have you tried recently that you really enjoyed. But that will do it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.